And that's no more evident than this week as thousands of Elvis fans pour into Memphis to remember the 36th anniversary of his death. Continuing coverage on a 14-year-old boy shot this weekend. Police say the teen is now in critical condition. Investigators say it happened. It's pretty cool. You know, I love that commercial, you know, when Gil said, nasty.
You totally channeled him there, though.
I did.
That was good.
I brought that in.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was great. He'd be proud.
He would be. He would be. And as you know, again, it's Friday, and you know what that means. This morning, police say a shoplifting suspect took off in a patrol car and caused a deadly crash. Now, this all happened Saturday in Lincoln County, Tennessee. Local 24 health alert this midday, and to be truthfully honest, this one has me a bit scared. The FDA says it received at least 90 reports of people getting sick after eating Chobani Greek-style yogurt made in Idaho. Now, check this out. I eat this stuff every morning. It's empty.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. It may be trouble. Hopefully not. And
we have the trash can next to you, just in case you
And I'm sort of cheap. I have a lot of these left at home, and trust me, I will. Right now, President Obama returns to the U.S. today without the international support he wanted on Syria. I'll tell you what, on the count of three. A one, a two, a three.
1, 2, 3, go.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Lauren.
Happy birthday
to you. Blue suede shoes, Graceland, and Sun Studio are all synonymous with Elvis.
Absolutely.
But this year's Stax Recording Studio is getting in on the Elvis Week action with a newly released compilation of Elvis's Stax session. Police have released a picture of the man accused of assaulting a police officer as he shoplifted from a Bartlett store. He's a weird guy, but hey, what can you do? And you know, our producer was telling us earlier that he has a you know, a reality show coming out apparently.
In the works. Yeah,
yes, so
sounds.
That's all you have to do. Do something ridiculous on YouTube. Next thing you know, you can become famous.
Apparently so.
So, you know, look out for me pretty soon.
I know, you're going to grow your beard.
I could. Investigators also say Officer Davis crashed his patrol car while running a personal errand last February. The city's police chief recommended termination. Officer Davis's hearing with the city administrator is this morning. Continuing coverage this morning on why prosecutors dropped charges against the former Memphis animal shelter worker who was once accused of kidnapping Capone. This as Demetria Hogan's family defends her. Since taking office, Memphis Mayor A.C. Warden has made blighted properties a top priority, but one city-owned property has become a real eyesore. Yes.
Good morning.
Yes. You
Glad
know,
to be back.
Yeah, we're glad. I'm glad to have you back a little bit. I'm kind of torn a bit.
Why? Because you liked having Sean here? Because it was
like the man team.
The man crew.
Yes. We were running the show, but now Lauren's back, so it's kind of like the
Now
ladies.
it's the women are taking back over.
But no, we're glad to have you back. Oh, I'm sorry.
You're done. You're just in the cloud of Sophia.
I was thinking about Sophia, and I got all discombobulated.
I tried to stop you. It didn't work.
I'm back now.
Yeah.
I'm back. Now to our Local 24 consumer. Now to take a look at this week's Local 24 Cool School. Well, we featured a number of schools here, but this one has to be one of my favorites, the Memphis Oral School for the Deaf. Now, the school is actually located in Germantown, just outside of Memphis. Their mission is a very special one, to empower children to listen, learn, and to talk. Now, they work with kids from birth to the age of 6. And let me tell you, with the work they're doing at that school, it's clear to see that they're pretty cool.
And who is with you?
Daddy.
At first glance, this may look like a typical preschool class. However, the work being done here is far from average.
Oh, it changes lives. It just sets these children on the right course for independence and success.
Theresa Schultz is the executive director of the Memphis Oral School for the Deaf. She says from birth to the age of 6, the kids here are given the essential tools they need to not only communicate, but to live normal, productive lives.
Without a program like this, they would not be able to achieve the same level of success academically or in their adult lives. If
you need an example, simply look at 15-year-old Abby Reagan.
Right now, I'm a sophomore at ECS. I play cross country and track. I'm a basketball manager, and I take honors and standard classes. I'm in my 2nd year of Latin, and I'm just loving every second of it.
In medical terms, she's profoundly deaf. Thanks to a hearing implant and the education she received here, the high school honors student now serves as an advocate for programs like the one at this school.
You're teaching deaf children how to learn to listen and talk. That's like a big miracle, to be able to give deaf children the ability to hear things that they couldn't hear before.
Another interesting aspect of the Memphis Oral School for the Deaf, no sign language is used. Instead, kids are taught to listen and speak just like any other student. It's done through speech and language therapy.
It's critical. The earlier we can get them, the more we can get into them. You think about a hearing child is, lying in a crib listening to words from day one. And so these children, as soon as they get their hearing aids or as soon as they get implanted, we want them to hear sounds. We want them to hear words as much as we can give them. We want to flood them with language.
It's pretty easy to see with the amazing things being done here why the Memphis Oral School for the Deaf is pretty cool. They certainly are, and congrats again to the students and staff at the Memphis Oral School for the Deaf on being this week's Local 24 Cool School.
She was kind of the glue of our whole family.
Not a day goes by when Chris Aslan doesn't remember her sister, her best friend, Kathy.
Just thankful that I had a sister like Kathy.
It's been a year since Kathy died of lung cancer, the time slowly taking away the pain.
I was used to talking to Kathy a couple of times a week.
Aslan does find peace knowing that Kathy's final days of life were happy ones.
For me, my goal each and every morning when I woke up was I wanted Kathy to have the best day she could have and not have to think about some of those hard things that come at the end of life.
That's due in part to advanced planning. Kathy had a living will, instructions, so to speak, of how she wanted her final days, taking the pressure off loved ones.
When all that is taken care of, you don't have to think about those things.
Rod Robinson, director of hospice care at Baptist Healthcare, says having a living will in place can take away the stress and possibly avoid dissension among families already dealing with a heartbreaking situation.
Can cause trouble within the family at that point when a decision has to be made.
For their part, Baptist Healthcare is trying to make the process simpler. They've developed a plan called 5 Wishes. In these pages, a step-by-step guideline that allows patients to make their own life decisions before it's out of their hands. And it's a resource they offer free of charge.
I encourage everybody to start looking at it and talking about it now with their families because you never know when something's going to come along.
Aslan says having a living will gave her family the ability to simply focus on Kathy, ensuring those last days were filled with attention and love.
Kathy was so strong in dying. She lived till the last second, and I got to be with her, and I wouldn't have traded that for the world.
Now, if you would like to learn more about the 5 Wishes program and to get a copy of the living will for yourself and your family, head over to localmemphis.com where you can find a link to all of that information.
He may be forgotten, but he will never be forgotten.
That's right, and that's no more evident than this week as thousands of Elvis fans pour into Memphis to remember the 36th anniversary of his death. From hotels to restaurants, those visitors bring millions of dollars every year into the Bluff City. For nearly a week now, thousands of visitors have flooded the Bluff City for Elvis Week.
It's unreal that he's still as popular now as ever.
It's something these natives of Lexington, Kentucky always wanted to do. Visit Memphis and, of course, take a tour of Graceland.
We're real excited. It's the highlight of our trip.
This week, thousands of Elvis fans from across the world are here to mark the 36th anniversary of the King's death.
We love Elvis, and we're just so excited to be here.
I think it's a phenomenon that he's been able to, 30-some years after his death, to hold the interest that he has.
And they've also brought their wallets with them.
The really serious fans tend to stay longer, spend more money, and really enjoy all the amenities that Memphis has to offer.
Kevin Kane with the Memphis Convention and Visitors Bureau says each year visitors here for Death Week bring in millions to the city.
It's not just relegated to Whitehaven and Graceland. I mean, they do events at hotels in downtown, different parts of the community, the Cannon Center, Beale Street, I could go on and on. I mean, the Elvis activities really are taking place in different parts of the community, so a lot of people feel the impact as a result of it.
Obviously, we'll make money in the bars and the restaurants, and so will Beale Street and all of the restaurants around us.
Doug Brown, Vice President and General Manager of the Peabody, says from the events to the room bookings, Elvis fans really help to shake up the local economy every year around this time as the summer vacation season comes to an end.
We get people that come in from London and from all over Europe, and you know, it's a good time.
For many visitors, the money they spend here is well worth the lifetime of memories their trip has given them.
We're looking forward to all the many surprises coming our way, and it's just so much fun. It's like a family reunion coming here.
Right, getting to see some of the people that we've seen in the past. It's like a family reunion. We